Welcome to the Ocean and Coral Mini Folio assembly tutorial. Thank you for choosing this printable craft kit. In this video, I'll guide you step by step through assembling your beautiful Ocean and Coral Mini Folio. Inspired by colorful coral reefs, seashells and marine life, this is a wonderful project. I hope you'll enjoy it. Now, you can purchase and download this printable Ocean and Coral Mini Folio from our Etsy shop or our website. Both the links are available in the video description below. Okay, what is included in the kit? So the kit includes 10 printable papers for the folio, including everything that you see here, and it also includes one background paper, which is a neutral design. As for the printing information, you can take a look at the settings. All the details are given in this image. You can take a screenshot or pause here and look through it so that we start with the same materials. This is how you need to print your papers. Welcome to the Ocean and Coral Mini Folio assembly tutorial. Thank you for choosing this printable craft kit. In this video, I'll guide you step by step through assembling your beautiful Ocean and Coral Mini Folio. Inspired by colorful coral reefs, seashells and marine life, this is a wonderful project. I hope you'll enjoy it. Now, you can purchase and download this printable Ocean and Coral Mini Folio from our Etsy shop or our website. Both the links are available in the video description below. Yes, let's get started. Let us now look at all the papers that we will be printing. Please print all the papers with the same printer settings so that they all turn out to be similar in scale and also the finish. Otherwise, some of the pieces will not fit together. Also, make sure if your printer prints exactly in the center or not. I will be giving options as to what you can do if it doesn't print in the center. Paper 1. So this is the back side, and we have paper 2, which is the inner side of our folder. Ideally, we want to print this on the back of paper 1. Paper 2 will be printed on the back of paper 1. But if your printer doesn't print in the center, you can print them out separately as I have done. If you print them front and back, this is how it will look. At the front we will have page 1 and on the back we will have page 2. This is page 3 with more details. Just print it in the same settings. This is page 4 with pockets and more details. Here we have page 5 with the cards. Now on the back side of this page, we want to print this background paper. It is given to you separately, so just print it out on the back side of page number 5. Page number 7 has the booklet. So this is page number 6, which goes behind page number 7. But if for some reason you are not able to print in the center, then don't worry and just print this background paper on this page number 6 side. So on the back of page number 7, we will be printing the background paper. That is equally fine. It works perfectly. These are just the pages for the book. This is how it will look. With the blank paper on the back. This sheet number 8. So here we have the envelope, the flap for the folder and the booklet outer covers. We have 2 sheets of ephemera. This you can print out as you need. You can leave it or print them both. It's your choice. It's optional. So these are all the papers we will be printing. We will start with page number 1 and page number 2. I have printed them on two separate sheets just to strengthen the paper. We will cut it out, and this is how they look after you have cut them. Cut all the round edges, everything. We will now be attaching them together, gluing them together. So for this project, I am using wet glue, but you can use double-sided tape or any glue you are comfortable with. Apply glue throughout the space. Make sure it is evenly distributed, and we are not using extra glue. What this will do is we will be doubling our paper strength here. I have printed on 160 GSM paper, so once doubled it will become nice and thick. So I have this border around, but it will not be there in your print. Okay, so yes, this is the border I spoke about. You will not be there in your prints. I have cut the border, and this is how this will look. However you print, this is the result we want. We are now going to take paper number 8 and paper number 3. We want to use this and this piece from both these papers. So cut them out and I'll meet you back here. Just cut these two pieces, leave rest of them as they are right now. Okay, so I've cut these two papers, and this forms the bottom flap of our folder. They are going to be attached front to back as we did before. Glue them similarly, whatever glue you are using. And we will just stick them together. Okay, now this is going to be attached to the main folder. So we are attaching it here. Make sure that the flap is on the inside where the blue background paper is. Apply glue or double-sided tape on this, only the flap area. This is what we are sticking to the main folder. This is where above the line our glue will be. And this will directly attach to the bottom of the folder, like so. Align it properly and just press it gently so that it sticks properly. Let the glue dry for a few seconds. Adjust this so that the line, horizontal line, matches the folder line. Okay, so this is done and we'll let it dry for a few minutes and then we will come back to this. Now go back to sheet number 8. We are going to cut out the envelope. We will also be needing this semicircle over here. Cut it out, both the pieces. We will now assemble the envelope. Now to start, I'm going to score on these lines so that it is easier to fold. This vertical line, this horizontal line, and this vertical line, and the top horizontal line. If you have a scoring board, make sure to use that, but I am right now just using a backside of a spoon. You can use a butter knife or a blunt pencil to do this. So place your ruler or the scale in position, and then gently go over the line with the scoring tool, whatever you are using. Score this vertical line too. We will score along this flap line over here, and the last one is this flap at the top. Okay, so as you can see that the scoring leaves a marks it at that point, and it makes it easier to fold from there. So we are folding this to the inside like this. Both the flaps will go in the center, they will be folding towards the inside. Be gentle about this. Take the smaller flap and fold it on the inside. Okay, so we are going to apply our glue on the flaps only. Okay, so apply the glue on the inside flaps, and then we will stick the top flap in position. We will gently press it down. You can use your fingers, or we just want to press it down to stick it properly. At this time also make sure that the inner part is not sticking together. Now we have this inner circle, semicircle, which goes on the back side of the flap. So we will again stick this in position. So attach it over here. If you are using wet glue like me, then allow everything to dry for a few seconds, and also press it gently so that it dries evenly. Yes, our envelope is now ready. This is how it will look. Yeah. Keep it aside for now. We will now go to page number 7. So as we discussed before, you can either print page number 6 on the back side if your printer prints in the center, or print the background paper on the back side of page number 7. So if you are, or you can print the page number 7 itself on the back side. This is how it looks if you printed page number 7 on both the sides. So these are just the papers for the book. You can print whatever combination you like. So here I have page number 7 and page number 6 on the back. Cut the pieces. So if you have page number 6 on the back, this is how the papers will look. These are the pieces with page number 7 on both the sides. Cut again from this marked line over here. So cut the papers, and these are the 4 pieces we'll be using to create the paper for our booklet. Okay, now we want to fold all the papers from the center. So we are going to do that. I'm not going to score them in the center for this. Just fold it in half and then press it to get this double fold paper. Repeat for the second piece. Do this for all the 4 papers. You can increase the number of papers if you want in this booklet. Okay, so all 4 papers are now folded from the center. We are going to arrange them in a way that the folds align together. like this, and this is how our booklet will be. Okay, so this is the option where we have page number 7 on both the sides. Now we are taking page number 8 and taking this part from this, which forms the main cover for the booklet. Cut it out. Okay, here is our page number 8, the front cover of the booklet. There are 3 lines, if you can see. There is a line over here, one in the center and one on the left. We have to score along all these 3 lines from where we will be folding this cover. So I'm again following the same method of scoring. You can score this however you like. So gently go over the entire line. What this will do is it will make it easier for us to fold. So now we are going to reverse this, and then from the outer line we will fold the first flap on the inside. Opposite side, fold from the inside. And from the center we will just fold it like this. Now we are going to stick these 2 flaps in position. So just apply some glue on the inner sides. And stick them on the inside. Okay, so our front cover for the booklet is ready. This is where the papers will go, and this is how it will look. Now we are going to bind it from the center point, from here. So this is our center line. To start, we are going to align the papers perfectly, and now we will mark our holes. So to do that, we will take a ruler and mark it 1 centimeter from the top. Use any pencil or anything you have to mark this, and then mark it 2 centimeter from this point. So at 3 centimeters we mark again. From the bottom we are going to do the same thing. So we will first mark it 1 centimeter from the bottom, and from that point we'll mark it 2 centimeters. So we have 4 holes, 4 points where we will be making holes. So I'm using my piercing awl and pressing at the marked points to create holes through all the papers. We are doing a basic binding for the book. Go through all 4 holes. At the bottom you can use a mat. I'm using a wooden block. That is what I always use. Here you can see that we have 4 through and through holes for us to bind it together. Now we are using a waxed thread. You can use anything available to you. Just go in through this point from the center. It will come out on the back. Pull it out, leave around 2 inches or around 5 centimeters to tie the knot at the end. Come back in through the second hole. Again go down from the third one, come back up from the last one, and then we will go back towards the bottom. So we go down from the second hole, and then again come back in the center from this hole. Now remove the needle and we will tightly do 2 to 3 knots over here. Okay, now we will cut the extra thread from both the sides. Adjust the knot and then again press the book a few times to here. You can see the book is now ready, and here are all the pages. This is page number 7, printed front and back both sides. If you printed page, you can also staple this to make it simpler. As this is a small book, staple works just fine. This is page number 6, printed on the back side of page number 7. This is how that booklet will look. Okay, we'll go back to the folder. As you can see, it is nice and dry. Now we will start to score on all the lines we have. So here you can see we have first line, and then next to it another line. On the opposite side also we have 2 vertical lines. We have this horizontal line and the horizontal line here. We have to score along all the lines to make it easier for folding. So just hold the scale or your tool in that position and then score along that line. Come to the other side and follow the lines given in the print. This is necessary step as it will help you fold properly. Okay, so once you have done all the lines like scored everywhere, we are going to fold the flaps on the inside like this. The background paper makes our inner side and the printed paper is on the back. Fold this flap to the inside. Now here we are folding twice. So first is we will fold the inner line, fold along that line and then press it properly. Then fold along the second line and this time again press it properly. So what this will do is we will get this thickness to the folder, which will be needed when we add all our pockets and all the details on the inside. Similarly, on the other side, we will first fold the bottom line and then we will fold the second line, which will give us this thickness to add details in the center. Okay, so these are our 2 outer flaps and we have the 2 inner flaps. Our basic folio shape is now ready. Okay, so now we will go back to page number 4 and page number 3. We will cut out all the things that are there, all the designs, and I'll meet you back once I've cut everything. So I've cut everything. Make sure to cut the curved edges and all the small buttons and all the things. At this point, we'll take the distress ink and go around the outer edges of all the pieces so that we don't see the white portion. This step is completely optional. You can ignore this and directly move ahead. Now I like to use this makeup sponge for this step. It is a very flexible and fine. It has a very flexible texture, and it works really nicely for the curvatures. Just go along the sides however you prefer. You can either place them on a paper like how I did, or you can hold them in the hand and go through all the edges. I'm using a greenish brown color to give it an antique look, but you can use any shade available to you. This will take some time to go through all the papers, but we will do all the edges. Here you can see I have applied ink on all the outer edges. Okay, we will now take the folder and the top two panels. We have pockets and panels on the inside. So we will first start with the inner portion and apply the pockets. Okay, so these are the two pockets we are attaching in the center. Of course, you can arrange them however you like, but I am going to place the bottom pocket like this and then the top pocket like this. You can adjust or rechange the position as you like. To start, we will attach the top pocket. So roughly mark its location, and then we want to apply glue just on the bottom edge and the two sides. You can definitely use double-side tape. Use 1/8 of an inch of the tape for this purpose. Apply glue in position on all three sides. Take the folder and attach it somewhere over here, slightly above the center, so that there is enough gap between both the pockets. Now just go over the sides to make sure that they are attached properly. Now we have this bottom pocket. It will go at the back, at the bottommost point. It will touch the bottom edge of the flap. So again, we will apply glue to the three sides, the bottom side and the two outer edges. Yes, only these three sides, and then attach it to the folder. Make sure that your lines are aligned and it is straight. Okay, just give light pressure on all the sides so that it sticks properly. Now at this point you can also check if it has proper clear space in the center, and no, it is not attached in other place also. Okay, so these are ready. Let them dry for a few seconds. We will now take the side flaps. So we have two pockets on these two sides. You will notice that for the sides we have two different widths. So these are the thinner ones. They make the pockets. Okay, they will be applied on both the sides. We have these thicker ones. Here you can see this is thinner, and the bottom one is thicker one. Leave them aside. So to attach these pockets, again we need to apply glue on the outer curvature. Yes, apply all through this outer edge. I prefer wet glue for most of my projects as it gives me the flexibility of arranging the sheets. If you want to change anything small, you can do it. So this curvature will match the curvature of the folder. Stick it in position, hold it for a few seconds till it dries. Gently press on the sides to stick it properly. Okay, we now have this other pocket for the opposite side. We will apply glue on the outermost edge. As we did before. Stick it in position on the left side flap. Adjust it as much as you need to, and the curvature should match the curvatures of the folder. Press it gently on the edges so that it sticks properly. And this is ready. We now have this bottom pocket over here. Again, match the curvature with the curvature of the folder. So this is how this will be attached. And again, we are applying glue only on the curved edges. So just the outer curvature is where the glue will be applied. Place it over the folder, match the curvatures and stick it in position. Everything needs to dry for a few seconds before it is attached properly. Till then you can adjust it if it needs any adjustments. Here on the top we are using this belly band or a strip over here. So place it in position in a way that the outer curvatures of the strip match the curvature on the flap. Here we are applying only on the edges, glue only on the edges and sticking only that small part. So if you take it too down, see the curvatures will not match. You will need to slide it up little bit so that the curvatures match with the curvature on the folder and stick it in position. Now these are our two outer flaps. They are going to be attached on the top of the main folder. we are going to attach our brad pins, and these are the tops from where we will attach our string. You can use any two of the buttons that you like and place them wherever you want. I wanted to have more length for the string in the center, so this is where they both are going. Reverse these buttons and we need to slightly increase their thickness and strength. So we are going to add a few more layers of white paper or waste paper you have. So I'm adding a second layer over here on both the buttons. Again apply glue and we will add a third layer on both of them. Okay, I even added one more layer, and this time I'm simply using the one of the printed ones which I have already cut. So I have made this 4 times thicker, and this will make it stronger. Now that the buttons are ready, we will attach them to the outer flaps. So okay, this is where I'm going to place these two on the sides. You can adjust them however you like. Just make sure they are aligned and in the same at the same height. So we'll place one of the papers with the button on a block and then use the piercing awl to pierce a hole in the center. Just go through all the layers and make sure that the hole is wide enough to allow the brad pin to be inserted. As you can see, I went through the hole a few times to make it a little wider. We will now repeat this step for the second paper. So hold the paper and the button, and we will do the hole simultaneously through both of them in the center. Just go in slightly to increase the width of the hole, and our papers are ready for the brad pins. Now here you have this template in the prints. So this is how it is. It has this gap in the center. Cut this on a thicker paper. You can use a carton or any box. So first insert the brad pin through the circular button in the center. Place it in position properly attached to the circle. Now what we will do is we will place this thicker block and insert the pin through the gap in the block, and now we will insert the back paper in position. What this will do is it will create a gap between both the button and the paper. Open out the brad pin on the back side. And now when you remove this thicker paper, there is this gap between both the papers where the thread will be attached. Similarly, we will attach the button on this side. So take a brad pin and insert it through the button in the center. Press it down and place it in position. Now this will go through the this gap in the thicker paper like this, and then it will be inserted through the hole in the main paper. Now open out the brad pin while holding it firmly in position from the top. We want this gap between both the paper and the button at the top. Now remove this thicker paper template, and this is ready. The papers are ready. Now on the back side, where the pins are opening out, we are going to apply a small piece of double-side tape. This will hold them in position, and it is just a better way of closing the brad pin. For the second paper, we will use another small piece. Apply it on the back side. Okay, so now we will open out the double side tape, and for the rest of the space we are going to apply the glue. So once you open, we will gently press it on the pin, the glue tape. We will keep this aside, you can use it for any projects. Now apply glue on the remaining space of the paper. Go all over the paper. So this is our front panel on the left side. So we are going to stick it in position in a way that there is a uniform border on all the sides. Make sure it is in the center of the flap. You can adjust it. See, I had to adjust it once because it was not exactly in the center. Make sure that it has even gap on all the sides, even border. Press it gently, this panel in position. So now we'll take the second panel and apply glue all over the paper. Stick the panel in position in the center of the flap. Adjust it if you need to adjust it, but make sure it is straight and in the center. Okay, so these two pins are now ready. Give it a few moments to dry properly. And our basic folio is now ready. All the flaps are okay. So we have these two flaps which have panels still remaining. So these are the two semicircular panels. The seahorse one will go at the bottom. The top curvature matches the curvature on the flap. Apply glue all over the panel. Again, when you're sticking this in position, make sure to attach it exactly in the center with even borders on all the sides. Press it gently so that it is nicely attached. We now have this top flap with the panel remaining. So this is the panel for the top, and we will stick it with the glue. Stick it exactly in the center. And gently press it. Give it a few moments for the glue to dry. Okay, so now all the panels and all the pockets are attached. Our basic folio structure is ready. We are now going to attach the string. You can keep it as long as you like. So we are going to tie it around the left side button and we will apply 2 to 3 knots tightly around the pin in the center. Be gentle but make tight knots. Now we will cut out this shorter thread and using any pointy tool we will tuck the end on the inside so that it is not visible from the outside. Just adjust it. Now when you close this, I'm going to go around the pins for 3 times, so second time and third time, and this is how long I have kept my thread to be. You can keep it even longer if you like. Okay, so let's open it and finish the project. Now we have this ink and we will go through the edges of the folder as we have not done that yet. So now that everything is attached, we can place it on a paper. Take very little ink at a time. We don't need much. And we will just go across all the edges. So I'm starting over here. Now for this, it is okay if you slightly go over the main papers. This will start to give it a little vintage look. You can rub it to slightly blend it with the paper. Just don't miss any edge and go across all the edges so that no white paper is visible. You can of course use the stamp with the distress ink to do this. So I'm going to do a little bit extra on the side edges also from where we folded the folder. Just go through it once with very gentle pressure. And here at the top I'm going to add slightly extra for more effect. I'm going to blend it with the rest of the paper. Just ever so slightly. This is completely optional. You can entirely not do this step. Okay, so this is ready with our ink. Now we have these cards, that is page number 5, and on the back we have printed the background paper so that all the cards will have a colored backside. So I've cut them, and as you can see, you will get a colorful background. So the background print is completely optional. You can keep it white, but I decided to print the background paper. And now we are going to cut the curvatures. I have a punch, but you can do this with scissors. Do this for all the cards, and I'll show you how it looks. So now I've done the curvatures on all the cards. Here you can see how they look. And now again we go through all the edges with the ink. One by one, you do all the cards. I hope you are enjoying this so far. The graphics are so amazing and the final result looks really wonderful. My daughter is creating with me right now. She wanted to do a follow along project with me. So this is real time, most of it, and you can do the same. Just pause the video when you need to and create this along with me. Okay, so all the cards are done, and yes, now most of the things are ready. Let's see what else. Yes, we have this ephemera, and I'm going to use just a few pieces to complement the project and add on in the smaller pockets. This is optional to print and use. You can use some other things if you have something left from other projects over here. Okay, so we have these two cards which will go in the bottom pocket. Smaller cards will go in the top pocket. We have these two cards which will go in the envelope. The envelope will go on the pockets on the side, and the book which will go on the opposite side. We have this belly band remaining and the pocket at the bottom, and for this we are going to use things from this paper. So cut out a few things that you like. I have cut a few circles and two small tickets and one card from this. Again, we are going over all the edges. This is just so that the white paper is not visible, as everything else is already printed but the edges are still white. Gently. So this is what this sponge helps to cover the curvatures very nicely, which I find missing in the stamp pad or the stamp which comes with the ink. No pressure at all, just very gentle. Just brush it very lightly. Okay, so this is our last ticket from this small things we have added on from the ephemera sheet. And at this point we will also do the edges of the book, as we have not yet applied ink to these edges. Just go through all the papers and all the gaps. Even go over the back side and the bottom, all over the surfaces. And last thing to apply ink to is our envelope. Apply ink on all the folds and all the edges which are there visible. Yeah, even don't miss the inner edge also. And these two cards are there too. To apply ink on the sides. Okay, so these circles I'm going to stick together, two of them together, to get a front and back. This is optional. You can keep them blank or leave space for adding your own notes. Let them dry. Oh, okay, I simply added some ink over here. So now that everything is ready, let us finally assemble the folder. We start with the book. The book goes on the left side pocket. It fits in the right one too. The envelope will have two cards in the inside. You can add more things and just close it. This will go on the right side pocket. We have two pockets in the center. So the larger two cards will go in the bottom pocket. We have the smaller three cards which will go in the top pocket. We have these two circles and we are going to add them at the top belly band. Insert them here. And we have two small tickets which will go in the bottom pocket. You can add on things and add more details as and how you wish. And we have this small collection of ephemera details. This is a card. We are just going to add a pin. Insert this pin over here. And couple more quotes or the phrases. And this is ready. So first close the two inner flaps, then close the outer flaps, and we will tie it with the string.